okay, how do you fish in Switzerland? You have some strange bets in Switzerland. You play baseball when you fish. What are these bets for? Please explain.
Yeah, so I mean, it's basically you have to have something like that in Switzerland because first of all you have to have a net. You cannot just drag the fish, on land. You have to have it, you have to catch it with a net out of the water, and then you have to immediately hit it on the head. I know in other countries you don't have to do that. For example, in America, you can just put the fish in your boat and let it die on its own. But here you have to first hit it on the head with something like, some item, whatever, and then you have to cut.
Wait, let me ask you. So the fish has rights. So even though the fish is about to die,
Yeah,
you must comfortably
yeah,
take it out of the water with
yeah.
the. So this is the problem with a very rich country, Switzerland. So even the fish has rights. So you have to comfortably take it out of the water,
Mm-hmm.
and then why don't you use a stick to hit it? Like take a stick from the forest and hit it in the head.
You can also do that. Yes.
Okay, so that's allowed.
Yeah.
The so
Luckily, that's allowed.
luckily, so you do not have to have an official stick.
Yeah,
Because,
but I would not be surprised if you would have to have the official bat.
because this is like a paradox situation, because we all know the theory where sometimes we need to kill the animal before the animal senses it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
die, and then let's say there is less stress, less chemicals in the bloodstream and so on. But here we have an absurd situation because the animal will still be in stress, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
it's taken out of the water. But what are the fines if you drag the fish we do it everywhere? Like I fish on the Adriatic,
Mm-hmm.
not like you. I'm like amateur fisherman, but we can drag the fish on the
Yeah.
rocks. What are the fines if you behave like that in
Mm-hmm.
Switzerland?
Yeah, so that's an interesting question because there are 2 points I would like to talk about here. Because first of all, the fine is, yeah, I would say at least 300. At least I
Francs,
don't
okay.
know, but it could be 800 or so. Because
Wow.
I heard that if you fish in an area where there's no barbed hook allowed, like where you can only fish with barbless hook, where you have to either, use barbless hooks or remove the barb hook, then I think someone told me it's about 800, 500 or so if you get caught. And also you risk your permit. And yeah, so on some lakes, people are watching you with their binoculars, but not primarily because of that. Mostly because, there come some people and they're only allowed to catch 5 fishes, but then they catch like 10 or so, and they don't want that. And the other thing, what comes to my mind is you are not allowed in Switzerland to release a fish. If you catch a fish, you have to kill it if it is within the range of, when the fish is too small, you have to put it back and something like that. So if you catch it in the size where it needs to be killed, you cannot release it. So
Come on, but what
yeah.
if you cannot eat it? What if you cannot eat it if you have enough fish? What do you do with it?
Well, then they would say you're not supposed to fish then.
I see. So they will not check have you eaten the fish. They will not check on that. But if you catch the fish and you must take it out of the water and you cannot eat it, you have to throw it in the garbage, right?
Um, what do you mean by you cannot eat it?
If you just cannot physically eat so many fish, for example, you are fishing and
Mm-hmm.
you catch 5 kilograms of fish, you're
Mm-hmm.
going and you fish every week. You're not gonna eat 1 kilogram of fish per day. You understand? So if you are physically not gonna eat so many fish, you still have to take it out of the water.
Yeah, I mean, if you fish and you catch one and it's big enough to take it out, you have to take it out and kill it.
Okay, so but even though you may have had enough fish and you are not gonna eat it, you are still gonna take it out and you're gonna kill it and throw it in the garbage. Right?
Yes, I think that's allowed actually, but you must not let the fish. You know, that's totally sick, right? You have to. You cannot just fish for fun. You will not even hurt the fish a lot. You can fish with barbless hook. You would, you know, catch a fish. You could release it. You can
Because
like.
I know in Adriatic we say, and I'm just an amateur fisherman, nothing like you. I know that we say that fish can survive free catches of the barbed hook. Okay, so and I assume that if it survives free catches of the barbed hook, then who knows how much okay, because the barbless ones is much less problem for the fish, right? Much less problem. So I can imagine it must survive 10 catches of barbless if you are careful, if you do everything nice. Okay? I assume. So this is law, like, you know, that film where they eat the humans. What's the name? It is this the Soylent Green. Okay, you know the Soylent Green where they it was like 50 years ago where they eat the humans. You have this eerie atmosphere. Yeah, this is eerie.
Yeah.
Like, it's a terrifying atmosphere. Like you must take the fish out, you must kill it, but you cannot eat it. Okay, so this is like maybe this hypnotized Swiss people, maybe they think if you put the fish into biodegradable container, maybe that's it. Okay, maybe the fish is gonna be recycled in their like let's say hypnotized mind, and it's good. Okay, everything is fine. Maybe I cannot see the rationalization for this strange rule. Okay? I cannot see like that strange rule. They obviously cause stress to the Swiss fishermen, right? Because like this is such an unusual rule. How do the fishermen react? Do they have like psychological problems? What is your
So, well, so as far as I know, you know, some people they just don't care about it. They just fish and they release the fish, even though it's not allowed. But there are not so many. In some places there are many, but in other places there are not so many, you know, controls. You know, where I fish, I never get controlled by any police, except for this one place on the bridge. There they come every year, but in other places I could easily like catch a fish and release it, and I have also done it. So and I also know people who do it regularly.
I see. So there is like a subsection of, let's call them, freedom fighters that actually release the fish, do the right thing. Okay, release the fish. So there is like a guerrilla movement among the fishermen. Unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Like the madness, the European madness, how big it has become. Okay, this European madness. Okay, where you have to be a guerrilla if you are releasing a fish into the water.
Right.
Fabulous.